Well, following worker steps outside leg stump, still concedes a run, but I think he'll be happy with a single.
Yeah, that seems like the plan. Try and make it hard for worker to free the arms up. He's either trying to come down the wicket or shimmy just to that leg side. Allow a nice swing of the bat. Just trying to cramp the left-hander up for room.
So 2 balls remaining in the power play. First will be to Cleaver.
No run, George.
Very formal. No run, George. Keepers, they never shut up, do they? I'm glad he knows who he's batting with.
It could be a bit awkward, isn't he? Used the wrong name.
I think he'll be showing Kugelheim any favours as he waits. Good bowling. After being put under pressure, he's come back strongly to finish the over. 6 overs gone. It is 59 for the loss of 1.
Power play completed. The Stags are off and running. 59 for 1 after the first 6 overs. A batting display that is being enjoyed by this wonderful crowd that has come into Pukakura Park. Terraces are filling up nicely. Big blue sky and just a light breeze, keeping the temperature under control. Perfect playing conditions, wonderful viewing conditions as well. Spin for the first time this afternoon. And on the attack straight away, gets a fine of the man at fine leg. That'll be a boundary to start the over.
Great movement across the wicket there from Dane Cleaver. He's had that 6 big into Bankman, and he's not looked back since. Just used the pace of the off spin there. Going good here. That 200 might be up for grabs here, Frankie. You called it at the start.
It's flatter this time. Punched into the leg side. I feel that's where Walker will have to operate. Have to look to attack this for the spinner.
Yeah, we saw that from the earlier women's game. When the spinners come on, they control that middle phase. The ball slightly held in the wicket. Spun in or away from the batters.
Lovely boy, lovely.
Slip field.
Lovely boy.
Different off-spin technique here, Frankie. I'm not going to pretend I know much about off-spin, apart from trying to play against it, but different sort of action Worker's got.
Chance out towards the big boundary. Well held. Spinner comes into the attack. Gets the wicket straight away.
Exactly what ND needed there. Dane Cleaver's tried to repeat that sweep shot, getting inside the line. Unfortunately, all he's managed to do is top edge that to that man at square leg, and easily taken there. Cleaver has to depart for 27. CD lose their first wicket, 65 for 1.
Stags lose their second wicket, and a disappointing one. Cleaver just got into his work, started to time the ball well. Walker almost sneaks one through a worker as well to finish the over off. Wonderful over from the spinner, just the 6 runs off it and the big wicket of Cleaver. The Stags 65 for 2. Just a bit of extra bounce, perhaps. Maybe that hold in the surface, but wasn't able to control the sweep shot. Ended up caught 15 metres off the boundary, well held by Gibson. Himself in a good position. Disappointing end to Cleaver's innings. So strong after hitting that free hit for 6. Walker managing to pick up the wicket. Good start to his day. Can be daunting at times for spinners on a smaller ground, but still stuck to his guns. Got out of his over well. Picked up a big wicket. Now it's up to Matt Fisher to follow that over up. Straight and whipped away. Just one bounce to the man at square leg.
Might see a bit more variation from Fisher here with both those cross-seam deliveries where sometimes it either hits the face of the ball or it hits that seam and it can do funny things. You wouldn't want to middle one flat out to those square leg boundaries. You think you've middled it, next thing you know it's gone down their throat. George Worker may have got some good tips up in the comms box, Frankie, and he's talking the talk out there at the moment.
Seems to be going good so far. Again, crisp off the middle of his bat. 32 now off just the 21 deliveries.
There's been a lot of conversations about the new Kookaburra ball. A little bit softer, the seam's a little bit flatter, so it wears a lot quicker now. And that's where a lot more use of that slower ball, the softer ball sitting in the wicket a bit more, and especially with a slower wicker, it's likely to hold up. Good bowling from Fisher so far.
That's a wonderful shot, that is. It's punched off the back foot. Just the single for it. Looked good so far, Tom Bruce's short stay at the crease. Movements look crisp. Decision making good. Learned from his early dismissal, first game of the season. Just looked a little frantic and rushed and trying to get on with his work early. Today looks good, measured and balanced, ready for a big one. The line is the umpires.
He's a classy player, Tom Bruce. Played for the Black Caps, successful in his T20 career, and he'd be looking to come back. Give himself a chance here. The Stags have got off to a good start, and as they've talked to, it's one of those grounds that you can catch up on the runs later on. Give himself a chance.
Pulled hard. Crisply splits the 2 men in the deep as well. Another boundary for George Worker.
Well, it's not often that you want to bowl into a left-hander's arc, straight into his hip, George Worker. Slightly lost that on the boundary there, Joe Walker. Worker continues on his fine form here.
Goes to the short ball on this instance. 1 for the over.
It's a good option when you can get that right over the top of the badge. Bowlers get 1 bouncer and over. It's a good dot ball delivery if they can get it on target, and that one was beautifully bowled by Fisher.
Follows it with a full ball. Just out to the cover sweeper. Tidy over from Fisher. 8 gone, the Stags, 74 for 2. Walker continues the commentary end. First over just going for the 6 runs. Short gets away with it early.
You heard the disappointment in your voice there, didn't you? He had a few options there. Still good to time it though. I'd be happy enough with that.
This is a challenge here for Bruce, how he starts against spin. He's looked good so far against the medium pace, only the 2 balls into his innings. Is destructive against spin once he gets going, but at times can be a slightly nervous starter against the slower bowlers. Just needs to knock the ball around, cash in on the bad balls. Will go after him straight away and loses wicket.
Bruce will be disappointed with that dismissal. Walker has pushed that slightly wider of the off stump, enticing Bruce to play that favoured extra cover shot. He's just managed to grab an edge. Good catch there. Bruce has to depart for 2. Stags 75 for 3. Words. He was a bit nervous about what he was dressed like.
I'm sure his dress was pretty good, to be honest. It's, I think fashion is definitely, he's got his good fashion, so I'm sure that would have been alright. But T20 cricket is too short to give the batter some crap.
Hard into the leg side, doesn't split the two fielders.
Lovely boy, lovely.
Clark's done wonderfully out on the boundary to save 4 there.
It's great fielding out there. What are you sort of looking, what would be a score that you'd be comfortable or happy enough to chase here, Tim?
I think anything around that kind of 180 mark would be, I think it's a good wicket, so I don't think we'll change much second inning. So we just got to keep getting wickets because it only takes one batter to get in and hurt us, so just got to keep on bowling well. Unlucky, well bowled.
Wonderful striking once again from Clarkson. Everything's come out of the middle of his bat since he has come to the middle.
Great shot there, a little bit full, and he's able just to get his hands through that extra cover. Tim, you played Pakistan A, warming up to this game. Your form's pretty good as well as the Black Caps. You feeling good?
So I'll just answer that.
Quality striking once again. Back-to-back boundaries to finish the over off. 14 off the over, 10 gone, 94 for 3.
I reckon Lobster might. But yeah, Randy's a good option. Seki.
Sorry, Tim. Got distracted by the 6 there, mate. That's
No, that's
you're
right, that's right.
a bit in trouble in the crowd there. You'll be looking to hit a few of those today.
Yeah, hopefully. But no, it's just a matter about getting used to the wicket the first few overs, and hopefully we can pounce on some bad balls they give us, and then yeah, it's just a matter of trying to build partnerships, chasing, and having a batter in. That kind of goes all the way. So.
Going back to pace now. Randall back into the attack.
See, that's exactly the example, isn't it, Tim? You go old school with the wicket-keeping pads on rather than the shin pads, and it just bops straight down.
Yeah, just a bit of Donny there. I know it's a shocking throw, so yeah. Actually, lucky it didn't bounce a mile away from there. Could have been in trouble.
So you can talk wicket-keeping all day, Frankie.
Yeah, notice I've just left you both to it with that one.
In Coots!
Looking for 2, pushing hard. Easily back. Just able to get the ball to stop on that 30-metre circle. Wonderful piece of running. Is it hard, Tim, to turn up to a ground like this with such short boundaries and just still be able to say, watch the ball, hit what's bowled to me?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
They just burst through the hands. It's so hard, it bursts through.
Oh, Clarkson, he is going a bullet a gate here. Over 200 strike rate. We've seen those short balls get dispatched today, and the timing he's had so far, it's just surprised him on the boundary there. Sounding good off that bat, Tim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a kookaburra, so it must be good.
Good plug, good plug.
Strike down the ground. Just a single good comeback from Randall. Tim, thanks for your time. We will leave you there to concentrate on what's going on out in the middle, and we might come back to you a little bit later on in the game.
No worries, thank you very much.
I'm a Grey Nichols girl, Frankie, so I've given him the opportunity to plug that, haven't I? Which is unfortunate.
Just walked into that one. Yeah. There you
Speaking
go.
of, 40 off 27 with that Grey Nichols.
Seems to be going all right at the minute. Another 6 off the bat of George Worker.
He's gone 4 rows back. Crowd is in the game here at Pukura Park. In the slot, that delivery chipped off the hip. George Worker, he'll be eyeing up a 50 here.
Randall's got to find a way to close out this over. He's taking a little extra time at the top of his mark. Just gets into the hip. Randall does a good job to get through that over. Still a big one for the Stags. After 11 overs, they are 108 for 3. Sun's still shining. Pukura Park. The Taranaki just turning it on. Good crowd come in for the first of 2 double headers. Stags and the Pines back again tomorrow to repeat the dose. At the moment, Stags almost with a run rate of 10. George Worker 47 off just the 29 balls. Clark, since he's come to the middle, seemed to just middle everything. On a shot from George Worker, and that'll bring up a half century for him as well. Crisp through the offside. That's the 30 balls to bring up 50.
George Worker, fantastic batting. He's hit to all parts of the field here. Good strike rate. You could watch that all day from a left-hander hitting through extra cover. He's hit a few into the stand. We want to triple that one up.
Gave himself the room to try and do it again. Well bowled from Fisher, a good follow-up, boundary the ball before.
One thing that's been really impressive is the ability to hit the 4, but also look at getting those singles and rotating the strike. It's kept the momentum through this innings for CD.
Saw it early, Dane Cleaver, when he first came to the wicket, just trying to hit boundary after boundary after boundary, unable to make contact. He just went back to batting. Good result.
He was looking good out there. Clarkson goes for 25. Stags are now 114 for 4.
Stags 4 down now. Surprised to see Clarkson miss a straight one, but with that it brings Doug Bracewell to the crease. A slight promotion for him too. That is to try and keep a right left-hand combination going. Whether they hope he can put the foot down, give the innings a little more impetus.
Bowlers must love it when they look up their name on the scorecard and there's a picture of a ball and there's a picture of a bat. The old all-rounder. He can hit a ball hard. Doug Bracewell, he's going to have a job to do with the ball today. Kieran Noima Barnett, we know he's a big hitter, so it's probably the option there, Frankie, that right-hand, left-hand combination. Give him a few overs at the end to see how much damage he can do.
It's a classy stroke. Beautifully timed off the legs from Bracewell.
It's just drifted into the pads there, and Doug Bracewell says thank you very much. He's just helped that on his way. That cross-seam delivery that's just hit that hip length, and very good effort on the boundary there to try and save that, but unfortunately all in vain.
Just a few loose deliveries slipping in from time to time now for the Knights. Tough ground to bowl on, but they were so disciplined early. Need to go back to that. A good finish. 10 off the over from Fisher, but the wicket of Clarkson. Stags 119 for 4. George Worker looked to dominate early, was prepared to walk down the wicket at the bowlers. He tried to tuck him up by bowling into his hip, and he was up to that. And that was, for mine, shot of the day, high and handsome into the stands. Scored all around the ground, been as proficient off back foot as front foot. Timing's been there throughout the innings. Gorgeous shot to bring the 50 up with. Looks an imperious form. Very tough to bowl to on a ground like this. Back to the spin of Walker.
Oh, lovely.
Started well once again. Courage, landing the ball outside off stump, getting the ball to drift on the breeze as well, just coming over his right shoulder, slight right to left. Now the challenge to bowl to the form man. Small boundary on the leg side, is spinning it away from him though. Just hides it outside the off stump.
It's nice batting here from CD. They've kept the momentum going even though there's been those wickets regular in the innings. George Work could be looking at that deep here and make the most of those last few overs.
It's nudged into the leg side.
Lovely lads, lovely lads.
Shorter length from Walker.
Ish Sodhi, he's out with an injury, hamstring injury from the Pakistan T20 series. He would have liked this ground, I'm sure, with a wee bit of grip. Maybe not the boundaries, but definitely the wicket.
Wide again. It's really clever bowling from Walker here.
Lovely cards, that's it, boy.
Knows that to Worker, he's got that short boundary on Worker's leg side. He's just prepared to hang the ball wide outside off stump. Make Worker have to take a big risk to try and get him leg side. Flattened into the surface again.
Lovely boys.
That's the 4 runs off this over so far. Big ball to finish the over. Down the wicket. Just the single to finish. Another wonderful over from Joe Walker. Just the 5 runs off it. And the Stags now 124 for 4.
Well, here's the Neckie at its best. Fine nature walks. Tell you what, I don't know if I'll be that happy walking up that hill, but beautifully greenery. Doesn't matter if it's downhill though. They're enjoying the nature up there, aren't they, Daniel?
There they are, and around this wonderful venue, beautiful larger park. Cricket, I think first played in the 1880s here. Just missed those games. 9.5 runs and over. Plenty of action here. This drive will add surely 2 to the total.
1880. What have you been doing in the last half an hour? Have you? I don't think Google was invented then, was it?
Only just. Rightly so, they're very proud of this venue. I hope that the pictures sort of do accurately depict just how steep these terraces are. How close you are, you need to pay attention. Wide ball. Bracewell probably disappointed he didn't get anything on that, because that was probably going to race away to the boundary, but steepling bounce from Gibson has saved him.
It's a good bounce. You'd have heard of the saying, the Naki hardcore. There's
Yes.
stickers going around on a few cars that I've seen since I've briefly been here in New Plymouth.
Oh, he's a straight hit all the way. Clean strike from Bracewell, his first 6. 200 is definitely on here.
Yeah, it's a great shot. There's no danger straight down the ground. There's no fielders there, apart from in the terrace. Yeah, the cameramen there were in a little bit of danger. Doug Bracewell has batted beautifully since he's come in, taking pressure off George Worker.
It's a short one, pulls into a gap, but Cooper is quick. Only one.
Talked about the batters to come. Kieran Noema Barnett, he hits a very, very big ball. Scored a lot of runs last year from CD. Doug Bracewell will be looking to face a number of balls here, continue that, knowing that he's got someone that's got such a good strike rate behind him. But he'll want to put his hand up and do the job. He'll want a few more of those 6s.
Some big smiles in there with the score at 1-3-4 for 4. Good bit of bowling from Gibson. Big change of pace. Change of line too. Just tucked up Worker. So his 13th century in the Super Smash. He's played over 100 games now. Still looks 18.
He's a male model, isn't he? So
Another slower one. He adjusts, he waits, and he clubs it through, point for 4. That's just wonderful to watch. The outfielder just resigned that he was not going to get anywhere near.
he's waited on that nicely, played that under your eyes. He's been in there for a while now, so he's picking the ball up very well.
Each side won't be short, fine leg. Good call from Bracewell. He hurried Worker through. The end of the 14th over, it's 139 for 4. Worker, 59 of just 36 balls. Bracewell's done well to get his innings underway. And the Stags, well, their change of tactics. They wanted to chase in Napier. Tom Bruce has flipped it on its head, and so far it looks a good decision. Walker will finish his 4-over spell. He's done a very good job today. It's a slight misfield in a circle, but no harm. Only a run was ever on offer.
CD, they've scored 45 after the last 4 overs, so since that 10th over mark, it's looking ominous.
Once again deflected around the corner. You and Frankie were discussing it, but Some have gripped. Spun. Both women's game earlier today, for which the Spirit beat the Hinds by 17 runs. Of course, backing up tomorrow with another double header and plenty of sun out. Here is Worker going long, going necky hard and into the terraces.
Great shot from George Worker. He's just floated that into that leg stump line. Got his hands back. Clean strike of the ball, and oh, might be the worst catch of the day there.
Now inside out over extra cover, and he's gapped it. 4 more. That line has worked for Walker previously, but Worker on this occasion gets to his man.
Classical left-hand shot. Opens the hands up. Chips it over the top there.
Just give this mix up. It's 3 overs. I was going great. And as well bowled. Just drag the length back.
It's one of those ones, isn't it, as a captain, to give them 1 over spells, 2 over spells, 3 in a row. Worker's been in there for a while. He's probably worked out his areas that he wants to target.
Into the over with a single taken. Good effort by Walker through his 4 overs. After 15, it's 152 for 4. Entering the closing stages of this first innings. Second game of our double header, the double-double. A couple of days here in New Plymouth. It's all set up for a big score for the Central Stags at 152 for 4. Already and over 10 runs and over. And with wickets in hand. Cougar line. Back into the attack for his 3rd over. But he's got one! And the big one of Worker straight away. That's what you want from your big player. Worker goes. Brilliant knock though.
Yeah, brilliant knock by George Worker. Exactly why Cougar Line's been pulled back into the attack. The experience. And unfortunately, the inside edge he's found straight onto the wickets. George Worker set this innings up well for CD. Has to depart for 71 off only 42 deliveries. CD at 152 for 5.
Warm round of applause, and rightly so. Good crowd in attendance, they have been treated. Probably feel a little bit safer now too.
And that's for sure. Although we just talked about Noema Barnett, and Doug Bracewell's hit a few in the stands, so they better keep their eye on the ball.
Well, if they don't know their cricket, probably think, oh, George Worker's gone good. They'll have to watch every ball.
A couple of sips.
But Barnett, if he gets going, will go over the terraces.
Good Dunedin man, Kieran Noema Barnett.
The latest Stags player to the middle after this dismissal of George Worker. Throwing the bat in frustration. He knew he was in form, hitting it well, and had a career best score not far away, but Cougar Line has got the wicket, and now eyes up this man, Kieran Noema Barnett, hugely destructive player at his best. On the edge goes to slip. Slip in the 16th over. When you're going at 10 runs and over, tells me they want this man bad.
Yeah, the important thing with stopping that momentum is those wickets. If you can't get dot balls or ones, bringing in a new batter into the game will do the job.
It's good to see the keeper have some company. talking to yourself or us?
Not that crazy.
Jury's out. Nasty lifting delivery. Defending armpit height. This is halfway through being a brilliant over. Wicket, dot, dot.
Comfortable there, isn't it? It's just under the armpit. The extra pace from Kugelline probably surprised him a little bit there. Noema Barnett.
That's the pitch hard, doesn't it? A lot of New Zealand bowlers bowl a long way trying to get the ball to move around. He's certainly not of that ilk. There's not too many people start their run up like he does. It's Fuller. Throw hits the stumps, but shake of the heads from the umpire means Noema Barnett is off the mark.
As we see a replay of that one. Great pickup. Fast release. Slide that back, Kieran. Tell you what, Susie Bates, she's the worst at that. Just drops that bat off the line.
Well, she's only been playing a couple of weeks, right? She'll get it eventually.
Best player in the world, one of the best players in the world, but the worst runner between the wickets. Why would you give your wicket away?
Bracewell. And awaits for Kugelline. Hits him to the onside. He didn't hit it particularly well, but he's hit it well enough for it to go for 6 runs.
Well, it's the extra bit of pace, isn't it? You can just throw your hands at the ball. And Doug Bracewell's done just that, and it's just at the top of the embankment there, probably about 53 metres, so Dougie will take that.
It's one of those ones Freddie Mackay's going to be disgusted with that. This hit's going for 6.
No classical cricket shots around here.
Nothing wrong with appreciating the fine arts of the sport. Fans certainly getting the entertainment. Plenty of runs. 50 for the day already. Uppish. And over. If Situ sprinting back, he's not going to get there. That just kicked off the turf. Which is now running very quickly. The sun out. And a good end to the over with a 6 and a 4. As Bracewell pushing the score up to 163 for 5.
లేదా మరొక అత్యవసర పరిస్థితిని ఆపరించడం, అత్యవసర పరిస్థితిలో చేయబదులుగా దాని సహాయం తీసుకోవటం, అప్పు తీసుకోవడం తప్పు కాదు. కానీ అనుకున్నటువంటి పక్క వాళ్ళు కారు కొన్నారు, మనకి కారు లేకపోతే అప్పైనా చేసిన కారు కొంటారు.
Closing overs, 4 overs remain. Central looking at a score of 200 plus.
Put you under pressure here there, Dan. What's your score prediction from here?
208.
You've been thinking
No, I
about
didn't
that
think.
for a bit?
That's how I live my life. Go quick and pay the price after. Gibson, 37, his last over. Spot on. That's good bowling.
Just showing the section here. Nice and compact. I think that looks like a dress, you know, the horse dressage as you start up. Nice and compact coming through the crease. It's how he creates that momentum.
He's charisma. Looks like to me he's about to. He's running in to throw the javelin. Into the action, Gibson. Slow delivery completely caught Bracewell by surprise, who adjusted and butts it for a single.
Sort of not used to those deliveries. It's good to see a bowler like Kugelheim, 150k. It's exciting for New Zealand cricket to bring through those pace attacks. You see the back of the hand there. Really has dropped in pace, that ball, isn't it, as it come through?
Side edge, Norma Barnett trying to access the favourite part of this ground. They speed through for another run.
Yeah, Noema Barnett, he likes to get across the stumps and open up that front foot so he can clear that mid-wicket area. It's very strong area for Noema Barnett. I got caught out there the other game, but these size boundaries that will be going if he can connect. Gibbs will be looking to bowl as full as he possibly can here with that change of pace as well in between times.
Bracewell, it's a actually sounding single, top of the bounce. Done very well, hit it through it off.
If it's the embankments or the terrace here, but the sound of the bat is just so nice. It echoes around this park.
Great acoustics. Helps with a good surface too. Big bats, very good hitters.
Change of field here with the fine leg coming up. You'd expect to be tight on the stumps, potentially a slower delivery.
Here's a bouncer that's wayward down leg side. It will be called wide.
Called neither of that, have I, there?
Well, Gibson hasn't backed you up, fair to say. Tips the head in disgust. He was going the bouncing leg break almost. Roll those fingers over and drop a short, slower bouncer. Norma Barnett flips it back with a square. Hasn't timed one since coming to the middle. He scored previous scoring stroke. He started to mumble to himself. Conversation in the head, I think, is starting to get a little bit louder. Shouting across the table at each other.
One of those wickets where you're not quite timing it that well and the ball's holding up. It's a little bit harder to get it off the middle of the bat, but a few overs to go.
Great finish to a very good over from Gibson. Another single. 6 runs off the over, and after 17, it's 170 for 5. So what are they chatting about here, Katie? 10 runs and over, 5 wickets. You're probably pondering, looking who's getting the ball firstly. Going through your own scouting report in your head.
Yeah, well, they've only used 5 bowlers, the ND. Randall, Kugelheim.
So Fisher, he'll return. Just 5 bowls used. Devsich could use himself, could use others, but he's happy with what he has seen. And Fisher, 1 for 29. Run rates at 10 at the moment. I don't think of too many bowlers sticking their hand up going, I'll finish it for you, Skip. Especially when Bracewell hits you back over your head for 6 runs.
That's an action replay of the shot a bit earlier on for Doug Bracewell. Just patched up in the slot there. You don't have to do much to get the ball up and over the bankman here at Pukura Park. Great shot. Doug Bracewell, he's batted so well since he's come out here, striking over 200. Exactly the same job as what his captain would have expected.
He's a wide one. Should be called wide, and is. 7 runs off the first ball.
Surprised Devasic hasn't bowled. We've seen him over the years bowl the tough overs in the power play, death overs. His left arm spin fast into the wickets. He's using the pace here to finish off these overs.
This one's going to beat short third man down to the boundary for 4, with offered and taken. It's Bracewell now into the 40s.
Just has a wee smile there, Doug Bracewell. Doesn't matter where it goes. It's that thing with the extra bit of pace. The batter gets anything on it, it just goes.
So Fisher has to make some adjustments, not only to the field, but where he's aiming this ball. He's a talented 21-year-old. It's his 4th game. He's going for a bit of tap here. This time through extra cover. That is sensational from Dougie Bracewell.
He's definitely got that all-round attack, hasn't he, Doug Bracewell? Fisher's just held the pace off a little bit. Doug Bracewell has held the shot and he has absolutely whacked that through the covers. It's a fantastic innings here. Fisher just rolled his fingers slightly over that ball.
Goes short, he's pulled through forward square leg. Cooper fields. Fisher celebrates a single. Looks up, sees the ball hitting the stumps, deflecting. But they won't take an extra run. I know there's a lot of players grumble about that. Should be dead ball.
Bad New Zealand, is it? Reminiscent of the Ben Stokes moment off the bat, but
I have no idea what he's talking about.
well, look, as a batter, you'll take any bonus runs, that's for sure.
So Fisher is going to go round the wicket to the left-hander. Oh, and he's bowled a no ball and he's hit through extra cover for 4. This is unravelling for the young man. Very expensive over that's going to be extended with a free hit.
Well, we saw that with Dane Cleaver. He struggled for his timing early, had that free hit, whacked it into the terraces here at Brookie Park. Kieran Noema Barnett stands tall on that ball. Great shot through the extra cover. If I'm in the crowd here, Dan, I am watching out, that's for sure.
Here's a dot ball as he goes short, bends the back. Barnett tries to hit him for 12.
You don't get double up in this game. What was that, Cricket Max? I think it was, got the double up, but not in the modern T20 game.
Cricket Max wasn't double up. Remember Shahid Afridi playing a game in England in the Dome? It hit the roof.
Straight 6.
It was enormous. I'm not sure if that was. Here's great bit of intelligent batting from Noema Barnett, stepping outside of leg. The bowler's done very well to follow him. He's got it down to third man for another 4. The bleeding runs after 18. It's 195 for 5. So well done to open the face, get it fine enough to beat the third man. Have far to go. Maybe that will get Kieran Barnett into his rhythm, which is a scary thought. Dougie Bracewell on 46 off just 20. Hugely expensive over from Fisher. Sees his figures balloon out for 50. So Randall needs a response. Starting the 19th over. Well over 200 on the cards. Adds just 1. He's firmly hitting it to the onside.
Doug Bracewood's coming at number 6. He's up the order from the last game. He's played that finisher role so well here. 46 off only the 21 deliveries. These two will be looking to go big. I think 220 if they're targeting that, Dan. I think that'll be a good score here.
Well, Mabani just showing his muscles. He hits it all the way to mid-wicket because there was no timing in that at all. Hit high on the bat, but he's a strong man. He just hit it straight down deep mid-wicket's throat. He departs.
Bit of extra bounce in that from Randall's height, and it's got high on the bat, as you say. It's a strong area for him, but unfortunately he's just picked out the fielder. Noema Barnett has to depart for 12. Stags are 196 for 6.
To Christian Leopard. Some advice from the said batsman Doug Bracewell on to crossed. Yep, he's run to the non-striker's end. 196 for the loss of 6. This is the man we need to keep our eye on. Leopard, the new batsman of the non-striker's end. He watches Bracewell for a slower bouncer to square leg. A bit of death bowling from Randall.
We've seen that evolve more in the men's game, haven't we? That you see the ball short as a batter and you expect that one to come faster through, and then it's just slow and loopy off the wicket. Back of the hand delivery.
Takes a bit of guts to bowl that. That can go horribly wrong, can't it?
Sure can. We saw the first time he bowled it, it was a low full toss, very, very effective.
Leopard just finds a gap, gets a single, does his job.
It's a modern game these days. Pace bowlers are having to need multiple options. You've got your Yorker, you've got your wide Yorker, you've got your bouncer. You've also got the off-cut and slower delivery, side of the hand and back of the hand. So these bowlers practice death after death after death bowling just for these situations.
Can be death for them. Just ask. There's an inside edge into pad. Should be a run. Indeed it is. No signal from our umpire, so he's to 49. So fair to say, after just listening to you there, you're quite comfortable with the career choices you made, despite all those broken fingers.
Yeah, I'm happy sticking in as a wicketkeeper batter. It's a good variety of bowling, yet the batter just can't stand on the front foot and look to whack the ball.
Last ball of the 19th over. It's been a good one by Randall. Oh, brilliant one, in fact. He's gone short and slow again. Round of applause. The end of 19 overs. 199 for 6. So Doug Bracewell will have the strike. This case scenario. 49 of 23 balls for Bracewell. He's been in good touch this summer. He's already secured a first-class century against the Aces, a 6-wicket haul against West Indies A. Now today. There's the Auckland Aces getting a great look at the action from right atop the tallest of the terraces to the leg side of the ground. They're in action tomorrow, of course. Seeing Kugelijn at the top of his mark. It's only the last over, but he's hit down the ground, over long on for 6. Take a bow, Dougie Bracewell. That's his half century of just 24 balls, and he brings up the 200.
Well batted, Doug Bracewell. He's pushed up the order to number 6. He's really changed momentum of this game. Great partnership with George Worker. Targeted down the ground. Full Kruger line, looking for that off-pace delivery. Mike Bracewell, raise your bat. It's been an outstanding innings here. And push the Stags up over that 200 mark. 208, some danger here, Daniel.
Oh yeah, very much so.
ఇతలోని వారు బద్దగించారు పర్వాలేదనుకున్నారు
That will help. How's that? 3 times from Google. How about you look at the ball? Because they got a leg by. It's clearly struck him outside the line of off stump. There was much going for that shout. Or maybe I'm just utterly biased to the fact I want to see Doug Bracewell carry on after scoring his, surprisingly, his first half century in the Super Smash. His career best is only 37.
He's smashed that one out the water today. Doug Bracewell in and around that Black Caps squad. He'll be looking to push his claims. The T20 World Cup in India. Cougar line, he'll be looking to close this innings out. What can he restrict these CD batters to?
Short dressage move it is, man. He's in. Low full toss, put away, deservedly so. By Leopard, new to the crease, he gets in on the action.
He's just missed his length again there, Cougar line. Searching for that Yorker, which is such a strength of his. It's just helped that on his way.
It's a tough game for the bowlers. You've got to help yourself. He did not do that. Halfway through the final over, 210. Made that 216 as that is a towering blow over the marquee, into the bush. Send the kids off to get it, please.
Great arm from the boundary there. To pitch that a bit wider, trying to access that longer boundary on the offside. All that's done is Leopard's just stood there and absolutely whacked that. Flat batted that, didn't he? Back over that long on fielder. Cougar line will be looking to probably attack the stumps, change your pace. Close out this over.
208 looks like a mud prediction now. Pulls, backward a square, 6 more. It's raining 4s and 6s in sunny New Plymouth.
Wow, back-to-back 6s, 3 6s from this over so far. CD will take this momentum into their bowling innings. Leopards just stepped across, allowed that ball to be inside the body line and helped it in its way.
The kids are energised, they're in on it. Richie McCaw over the top of the ball there. It's going through his mind. Probably thinking, "I've just scored quite a few runs here." Doesn't look a happy man now, does he? It's wide and sort of tame end to the innings as Bracewell, Leopard unable to add to the boundary binge we have seen in this final over. 6-4, 6-6, leg by in a single. Cougar Lions figures swell appreciably. And after 20 overs, Central Stags have posted a mightily imposing target of 224 for the Knights to chase down. 223